Yo, Hegassen here, and here we go, One Piece manga chapter, not manga chapter. Yo, Hegassen here, and here is my anime review of anime episode 913. Last time we saw Kaido descending from the sky. This week we get that continuation, but first we get Trafalgar Law explaining why Kaido is actually there, why Kaido has turned up in Okobore Town. And he's turned up because of what Luffy and Law have been doing, and the fact that they have been spotted in Wano. Hawkins has seen them. Luffy went and smack-holed him in the face, so the word has got to Kaido, and Kaido is out looking for them because he is angry at them too, because of what they did in Dressrosa, because of what they did in Punk Hazard. And we get a little bit of a flashback here, and I was worried again that we're going to get really long flashbacks, but thankfully, like the last batch of flashbacks that we got with Kinemon recently, they were quite quick, a lot of still images. You know, if this was Naruto, it would have been half of the episode, maybe 2 episodes just to them flashbacks, so thankfully they skipped through them quite quick. And then we see Kaido come down and he looks alright. The animation though is a bit mixed, to be honest. Like, sometimes he looks really epic. Sometimes he looks like a floating PNG. And I guess this is because knowing what's coming up in the next episode or 2, that's where the animation's going to be spent. So this episode the animation wasn't as good. You can also see it on some of the characters' faces. The animation wasn't quite there. But occasionally you got some really epic shots of Kaido. And also some weird shots as well where his size just seems to change. It doesn't seem very consistent. Sometimes he's like massive, and then sometimes he's still massive, but he's extra massive. The scaling of him just seems a little bit weird at times. But yeah, Kaido's cool, and he's drunk. He's drunk, and that's really funny. Nice little gag. And it makes Kaido look like a little bit of an inconvenience for his own crew, because he has quite a lot of collateral damage going on, to the point where Hawkins has to like get him out of the town by lying to Kaido's face. Big balls on Hawkins there. Big balls moment for Hawkins, and he points up at the castle. He's like, oh, you're looking for Straw Hat and Law? Yeah, they're up there. Completely by chance. He had no idea, at least we assume. I mean, he said, but we are assuming that he had no idea. He didn't see it in the cards or anything. So he just lucked out that and pointed at that castle, and Kaido goes up there, breathes his fire and blows it up. Get back to that in a little bit, because I want to talk about the fact that while Kaido is actually flying around for quite a lot of this episode, we have this sound effect. This is like this constant sound effect of Kaido floating around, and it does get a little bit annoying. It's not quite as annoying as the constant sound effect that Caesar makes, and it's definitely not as annoying as the cannonballs from way back in Enies Lobby with the Busticle. Them sound effects were so annoying that we get a little bit as well in Stampede. But yeah, I think every time if we see Kaido, we're going to hear that constant like noise. Once you cotton onto it, it does get a little bit annoying. And I also want to talk about the fact that when Hawkins was pointing up at that castle, Jack turns up, and man, Jack is large. I knew Jack was big, but he's like, Hawkins is on a roof on a deer, and then Jack is still eye level with him. Like, Jack is a big bloke. I know he's a fishman and stuff, but damn. So let's talk back about Kaido's breath. So Kaido, he flies up, he fires off a hyper beam. Mythical zones are looking extremely overpowered. How many powers does one mythical zone get? Kaido can turn into a dragon, which can fly, which can seemingly control the weather, and he can breathe fire. I've seen some theories though that maybe the fire breath is something to do with the fact that he's always drinking, and you know, he was drunk at that time, so maybe he's just got extremely alcoholic, flammable breath, and that is how he's able to create these beams. But it was a very powerful beam. It blew the mountain away, and it killed all of these Straw Hats from Whole Cake Island, Carrot, the Heart Pirates that we care about, Shinobu, they're all dead, Momonosuke, dead. Really? No, of course not. Of course they're not dead. I mean, even in the anime opening, we've seen Sanji in his raid suit, and we haven't seen it up to this point. But there is one character that thinks that they are dead, and that is Luffy. Well, Law does as well, but it focuses on Luffy, looking devastated, and at the end of the episode, looking very, very pissed at Kaido, because they were running down towards Kaido anyway, so they managed to get out of the blast, and that is obviously going to lead into the fight that we're going to get in the next few episodes. So that is hype, whereas this episode, it was good to see Kaido, but it dragged on a lot of reaction shots, a lot of Kaido just floating around, sound effects, and mixed animation at times. So overall, I'd probably only give this one a blue tier, to be honest. I feel like it was stretched out a little bit too long. But yeah, some good scenes, the funny Kaido drunk stuff. And I just want to talk about two little things that are kind of more manga spoilers. So if you haven't read the manga, I'm going to talk about the manga now. And that is the fact that we had that little scene with Ashura Doji and Kaido. And Kaido comes in and he's talking about, I remember you. And we get this flashback where we're not quite sure when it happened. Probably way back when Kaido was, you know, killing Odin and stuff way back in that time. Or it could even be set in between because we have Ashura Doji and we have Denjiro. Now we don't know where Denjiro is at the moment. So at least in the present timeline, rumours, you know, we think we kind of know what character he is. But we haven't seen him in Wano. So, could this have been set in between when Kinemon got sent to the future and now? Not sure. Hopefully that will come back round, but maybe that might explain where Denjiro is or why Denjiro isn't around at the moment. And we also get a shot of all of the Beast Pirates, which is cool to see. All of the main Beast Pirates. And there we see King and Queen. I was a little bit surprised because they haven't been revealed properly in the episodes yet, and then we just casually just see them here. So if you didn't know who they were, and even though they're in the opening, if you didn't know who they were, you'll be like, wait, who are these? Whereas in the manga, the first time we see them is coming up after this fight when Jack goes back and they're scolding Jack. So yeah, a little bit surprised to see King and Queen. Anyway, there we go. Let's get into the fight. Hey, so thanks for watching. What did you think? Let me know about it in the comments below. And if you enjoyed my video, maybe give it a like, and if you really liked it, why not subscribe? You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram and Twitch. Oh, and here's a related video you might enjoy, and something more fresh. I've been Hegassen, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!